there, my happy band of wrestling fans. Welcome back to Kayfabe Kingdom. Before we get started with today's video, if you have not already, please be sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications so you never miss out on any of our daily wrestling content. So, good old Will Ospreay and Seth Rollins have been going back and forth on Twitter since Sunday when Seth tweeted out, "Doubling down. Best pro wrestling on the planet. See that cruiserweight triple threat? And that's just one night, one match amongst many. Find anyone else alive who does what I do as well as I do it as often as I do it. You can't. Hashtag WWE Stomping Grounds. Hashtag Universal Champions at WWE." And to be honest, I even razzed Seth about this. To be honest, I even slid in those Twitter mentions, and I even threw out a couple of names, but the big winner of the Seth Rollins Fury contest is Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay, come on down and collect your Twitter beef. So, Will responded to Seth's original tweet, quoting it, and all he added was, "I'm alive." Very simple, very to the point, says, hey, guess what? Screw you, Seth, I'm better, which, in all honesty, very close. But as it stands, I am going to be siding with Will Ospreay. And that's just based on the fact that this man puts on phenomenal match after phenomenal match after phenomenal match. And, well, on Sunday we had Seth Rollins and Baron Corbin with Lacey Evans and Becky Lynch. And you know, everybody was excited for that match, right? In wrestling, and take this with life as well, because sometimes this applies, it is not what have you done for me in the past, it is what have you done for me lately. And lately, Seth Rollins has been in a feud that is so pointless and so stale that everybody and anybody that gives a crap about wrestling hates it. So anyway, after this, Seth actually responds to good old Will Ospreay and says, I'm sorry, little guy. We already have a better version of you on here, and he just won his first U.S. title tonight. Congrats at King Ricochet. Keep working hard, though, buddy. And at this point, I'm thinking to myself, did Seth Rollins forget that the only reason he's a part of the WWE is because Jim Cornette reached his long neck out while Seth was a part of Ring of Honor? Because, to be perfectly honest, if Jim Cornette did not stick his long neck out there and try to get him signed, well, Seth would have been signed to, wait for it, you guessed it, the undercard, the underdog TNA. Okay, I'm done talking like that now because that's getting really annoying and it's taxing my vocal cords. So let's go on. So to respond to that, Will Ospreay only sent a gif of Ricky Gervais saying, "Ooh, you're hard," which, you know, I thought, ugh, that could have been a sexual innuendo, buddy. But anyway, after that, he then continues to respond and says, "Fact of the day, Will Ospreay wrestled more matches in 2019 than WWE Seth Rollins. Catch up, little guy, kissy face emoji." Which, again, very factual. Will Ospreay has wrestled more than Seth Rollins because guess what? Will Ospreay has to wrestle in like 4 different promotions at once, so he's always on the go, and Seth only has to wrestle, you know, Raws and maybe Superstars and pay-per-views here and there, compared to Will Ospreay, that if he does not continue to wrestle every single day, every single night, he doesn't get paid. And if he doesn't get paid, he goes hungry. If he goes hungry, he stops wrestling. Then it's all downhill from there. So of course Will Ospreay has wrestled more than Seth Rollins. That's not even really a comparison at this point. But it was factual, and he hit him with another fact, and guess what Seth responds with? He says, "I mean, if you want to talk numbers, we can compare bank accounts too. P.S. That's counting the month off with a broken back. Thumbs up emoji, buddy." Oh god, that's terrible. That's just terrible. Honestly, that's the worst comeback I think I've ever heard. See, when you're having a battle of wits and talking about who's better, throwing around monetary status is just as relevant as saying that, hey, guess what? There's more water in that lake. Thumbs up emoji, buddy. I mean, it really doesn't matter. The Kardashians are paid, but that doesn't mean they have the same respect as the Obamas, does it? No, it does not mean that at all. So then Will Ospreay responds, he says, "You love adding stuff, don't ya? I mean, original question was, find anyone else alive who does what I do as well as I do it as often as I do it. No talk of money, no talk of Ricochet, you said anyone. Here I am, just as consistent, just as good. Hope that back heals up." And we have yet to get a response from Seth Rollins. And you know what? That was the dagger in the coffin. To be honest, I think that Seth Rollins is way in over his head. He's forgotten how hard that these indie wrestlers actually work. He's forgotten how well that these indie wrestlers actually perform. They have to perform to keep a paycheck coming, you know? And WWE, your money's pretty much just like, here, sign right here, and if we use you, we use you. If we don't, then you just sit at home. And these indie wrestlers, they have to work. Day in, day out, day in, day out, day in, day out. And it's like Seth has forgotten that. And I don't know where his big heads came from. I mean, it's not like he actually had to work for that title. Let's be perfectly honest. You don't have to do shit. You get typecast into a role, and that's just what it is. And that's why I have a little bit more respect for Will Ospreay in the indie circuit right now. It's because these WWE heads, they have fat freaking heads. They're trying to start a war of words with people that work twice as hard as them to make ends meet. And these guys are acting like, yeah, I'm a main eventer, bro. No, you're a main eventer because you got typecast into a role, bro. You didn't really deserve it. You're not a hard ass. I mean, I've seen you in person. I've seen you on Up, Up, Down, Down. I've seen you on Twitter. You wear freaking glasses and a scarf. You're not a badass, okay? Stop. Stop. Neither is Will Ospreay either, but come on. Just stop. You guys are all pretending to be badasses when all you're doing is getting typecast into a role. It's sad. But in this respect, I do have more respect for the guy that is busting his ass day in and day out rather than the guy that is getting typecast into a relationship angle with his shoot girlfriend, Becky Lynch. It's annoying. Anyway, leave a comment down in the comment section below. What do you think about this situation? Do you think that Seth Rollins is in the right? Do you think that Will Ospreay is in the right? Do you think that they're just bantering? I think a lot of it's just banter, but at the same time, it's getting under my skin. Anyway, like I say at the end of every single video, if you have not already, please be sure to subscribe. It does help me out a lot. It lets me know that you guys are rocking with the content that I'm making. I will see you in the next video. Later.